What if today you stopped living in hope and you actively decided that you were only going to live in expectation? Now, this is a huge problem that I see with a lot of entrepreneurs, especially when they're first getting started. They're so committed to hoping and praying and dreaming and crafting the vision that they don't fully believe that it's theirs. And that's the biggest difference between people who get what they hope and pray for and the people who don't. The people who get what they hope and pray for, they have big dreams, but they also feel and know that it is already theirs. It's a non negotiable for them. And that's what's separating you right now from where you really need to be. And I learned this concept very early on. Um, so many times actually. And one of my favorites is when I first started my sales career. In this career, I started my very first sales job and we would go door to door to door. And one of the most beautiful things that happened while being at this job, mind you, this was my only job that I ever loved. And it was probably the longest job I ever worked, 3 months. Okay. But while working at this job, they taught me to have an expectation. They taught me that business was nothing more than a game of numbers, right? And so we had this thing that we called law of averages, which meant if you went to this many places and you did your pitch this many times, you could expect to close this many doors, which means you make this amount of money. And so because we knew that, okay, I know for a fact if I go to 60 doors today, I'm getting this and I'm hitting my bonus, it was sealed in our brain to expect it, right? And so let's say I had a long day, and this happened quite a few times where I'd have a long day out in the field. People just are not closing. My leads aren't closing. I'm like, what is going on? But because my bosses, my superiors at the time, ingrained it into my head that, oh, if you keep going, you will close a door, like no matter what. I would spend those long days. Sometimes I'd be out to like 7 p.m. trying to hit my bonus. Mind you, I had already gotten my things, but I was like, I want my bonus. But I would keep going. And my very last one, where I'm at the very end, I have no more energy. I'm hungry. I'm tired. I've been out since 8 a.m., driving, going door to door. The last door, when I'm like, I'm closing this one, I would close it. I would close it. And there's so many times again where I could go into a place, I'd be sitting in my car and I'd be like, okay, I'm going to close this one. Not because I knew the person, not because I knew what they needed. I just set the expectation for myself. I will close this. And because I had that expectation, then my energy followed that expectation. And it also comes back to understanding how energy plays such a huge role in your ability to get the outcomes that you want. When you have a high level of expectation for yourself and for the results that you are expecting to get, you move different. You speak different. You even go after different opportunities that most people probably wouldn't go after because they don't have those same levels of expectation. And this is what you really need to understand in order to not only expand your mind, but to expand your revenue as well, to expand your opportunities. You have to expect that great things are always happening to you. That's what I tell myself every single day. Great things always happen to me. Everything is always working out for my good. I only get to experience the best out of life. And anything that comes into my life and makes me feel pain, it was only redirecting me back to my best life because I accidentally took a wrong turn. But when you expect to live great, when you expect to be great, when you expect to do great, when you expect to experience great things, then you're able to realize how beautiful life really is. It's all about our perspective. It's all about our expectations. It's all about the standards that we set and hold for ourselves. And once you realize this, it'll change the game for you. And another thing that I want you to remember as we're talking about expectations and energy is to know that we are literally creators. And this is one of my favorite things. Like, I just love that God made me. He had himself, took me, and then plopped me on this earth and was like, hey, you go be a little mini God on this earth. You are like, another image of me. You are me. I am in you. And so I'm like, oh, bet. Thanks, God. Like, you really, like, you did a big one. How amazing, how extraordinary is it that I get to come from you? You created the heavens and the earth and the entire universe. Every season, the flowers bloom, the trees bloom. We have these small atoms, but they make up such large things. Yet you decided to create me. You decided to create me, and you gave me the ability to choose whatever I want to do, whatever I say can be. Like, do we even understand what this means? Like, someone actually created an airplane. Someone actually created a freaking rocket ship. Like, that's a big deal. Somebody thought that in their mind. The God in them started creating, just like God created everything. We have the ability to create anything. We just have to expect it. Like, I'm telling you guys, once I figured this out, I was like, oh, like, I can have anything. Now, I'm not saying that this journey of entrepreneurship won't be hard, okay? Because it's hard. It requires you to get uncomfortable. It requires you to learn. It requires a whole lot of things, right? But in our journey of creating, we know that we can do it. We know that it is already done. If it's in our mind, as long as we're taking action steps towards it every single day with expectation of seeing it through and seeing the end come to fruition, it's done. Like, everything is that's in my mind, it's done. It's done. It's here. I'm just walking to it. It already happened. Like, my best life, it's there. I'm looking at it right now. I'm like, wow, how amazing. Look how happy I am. That's what you need to do. You need to start living in expectation. You need to start living like the life you want is already yours, because it is. When we finally decide that we are no longer going to hope, wish, dream, and do all the things that don't make us feel like it's ours, then that's when we really take back our power. That's when we start to see things move fast. Like, we don't have to just sit and wait, because it's happening in front of our eyes. Ooh, my earring. That's the goal. Oh, that's the goal. And so, as you're trying to figure out what your next steps are, or you even have the vision in your mind of what you want to do, envision yourself being there right now. Feel the feelings. How does it feel to accomplish that thing that you're wishing for? How does it feel to become that man, become that woman who gets the thing, who gets to be around those people, who gets to make real impact in the world? How does that feel? Like, do you feel like that girl? Do you feel like that guy? I know I do. At the end of the day, it's your choice. It's up to you. But I highly recommend that if you are on this journey, that you choose to recognize the God that's within you.